The Ten Commandments and the Serenity Prayer are both significant elements of religious and moral guidance. Here's a brief overview of each. The Ten Commandments are a set of biblical principles relating to ethics and worship fundamentals to both Judaism and Christianity. They are traditionally divided into two sections: duties to God and duties to fellow humans. Here's a summary. You shall have no other gods before me, God would say. As said, you shall not make yourself a carved image of God. You shall not take the name of the Lord God in vain. That means the God in us, the goodness in us. Don't take your brother or sister or friends or family names in vain. Good people, you know. It's just more so over on bearing false witness against thy neighbor. I wouldn't do that. And taking it in vain, meaning same things, you know, that basically empty, you know. If you get what I'm saying, you know. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Honor your father and your mother. You will not murder. Thou shalt not kill, not even thyself. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. You shall not covet. The Serenity Prayer. The Serenity Prayer is a well-known prayer often associated with Alcoholics Anonymous and other recovery programs. It seeks guidance, courage, and wisdom. There's a common version, and here it is. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference between. I'm sorry, let's try that again. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Together, these texts offer a framework of ethical living and personal growth, emphasizing the importance of humanity, accountability, and the pursuit of inner peace. Would you like to explore either of these in more detail? I'll continue and try to start with teaching empathy and kindness. It sounds like you're, well, not try, but it sounds like you're looking for a perspective on prioritizing new values and teaching for future generations. Here are a few key principles that can guide us in that direction. Teach empathy and kindness, encourage understanding and compassion for others. Encourage understanding and compassion for others. Teach the importance of helping those in need and treating everyone with respect. Fostering integrity and honesty. Promote values and honesty and accountability. Show the importance of being truthful and keeping one's word, both in personal and community relationships. Only keep the word if it is good, I think. Now, if you say something out of the sorts, or you commit a commitment to do something dumb, I suggest you stop dead in your tracks. You know, trying to fulfill that doesn't constitute as you not holding up to you being honest. So you stomp your foot and say God's will be done, and don't you fear, because God is near. Always in here. And in there. You. Greater is good in you than it is in the world. Remember that. And me. Greater is good in I than it is in the world. Greater is good in you and me shaped me a lot because I need to be talking to myself and practice what I preach. So greater is the good in you, greater is the good in I than is in the world. So on to the next. Foster integrity and honesty. I may have done this one already, but promote values and honesty and accountability. Show the importance of being truthful and keeping one's word, both in personal and community relationships. Encourage responsibility. Install a sense of responsibility for one's actions. I feel like I was just talking about that, both to oneself and to society. Highlight the impact of individual choices on the community and the environment. Encourage responsibility. Instill the sense of responsibility for oneself's actions. Install a sense of responsibility for one's actions. So you install responsibility. Let's dive into that really quick. Copy. Encourage responsibility. Installing a sense of responsibility to oneself. Personal accountability. Goal setting. Teach individuals how to set achievable personal goals and take ownership of their progress. This could include personal, and professional development goals. Self-reflection practices. Encourage regular self-reflection where individuals access their actions and discussions. Journaling can be a valuable tool. See, let me bring that back. When you're journaling, it doesn't always have to be like a diary. You can take this book right here and write down notes. You can write your goals, a ton of goals. Write down the names of your family and friends, reminding yourself of what they've been up to. Well, write down the names. Just write their names down, and eventually, guess what? You're going to start thinking about them. Maybe you go through the book, you have virtual thoughts and good thoughts on them. That's like praying. Don't you want to pray for the world? Don't you pray when you pray? Do you pray for the world? So, and to help people change and be better. So, journaling helps with all that, And it says, back to journaling. I'm a bit proponent, an advocate for journaling, as of late especially. Helping me keep a mental note. It's like leaving sticky notes everywhere. But what you don't have to really do that. Journals do great. It's like authoring your destiny. It's like being King Arthur of your own, or Lady Gwyn, if you're Queen Guinevere, Queen Gwen, if you're a lady, obviously, of your own destiny. And you wonder why some women have this sort of balance and maturity. And those guys that do that are these great adventurers and have this sort of balance that's inspired. Those journals they find, oh man, look at this guy did, all these things he's done. The only reason they're able to know what that guy did, because he was writing stuff down. They followed his journey, man. He made history. It's called writing your history, authoring your destiny and your past. Somehow you're authoring your past and your future when you journal for future generations. And you being part of it. Self-reflection practices encourage regular self-reflection where individuals access their actions and decisions. Journaling can be a valuable tool for understanding personal choices and their consequences. Life skills education workshops on life skills. Life skill education workshops on life skills. Then we got problem solving exercises. So, life skills education. Life skills education. Workshops on life skills. Other workshops that cover essential life skills such as financial literacy, time management, and decision making, emphasizing equipping individuals with these skills, fostering independence and responsibilities. Let's say that again. Workshops on life skills, offering workshops that cover essential life skills such as financial literacy, time management, and decision making. Quality decisions can be cultivated, can be nurtured. Quality decision from this to this. Making a point here, I'm making a point here. I need to decide if I need to get water, this water, or that water. And these two waters are two different name brands. Not to show brand names of the type of water, but you got to make a decision. This price or that price. That's constantly being nurtured. That's constantly evolving. You think it's just yes, no, on and off. It's very, but that's on the base level. It is that quirky. But what I'm saying, it can be fostered in a rhythmic pattern, where like a Fibonacci, where it becomes a pattern of your life, a picture of who you are inside. And it's like you have a specific type of way you make decisions, and it can always be changed and altered a little bit. And just like the Fibonacci different colors of the rainbow, you can make that color, you can guide that color by even the choices to do that. So this is the best way to do it. You workshop it. You find those interests for those decisions you're about to make, and you equip yourself and other individuals around you. Because the more you help others, the more you can remember it yourself. Especially if you spend a lot of time with them. I'm not saying become that guy who's always trying to influence others to do it your way, or the way that you think is the complete best. But you can seed it. You can seed it. Concede it. That means you have to back off too. So when you seed, you concede. Because you got to give it room to grow. Workshops on life skills. Other workshops that cover essential life skills such as financial literacy, time management. Time management is a big deal when it comes to being about your father's business. And I'm not saying the father business that he wants you to open up a taco stand, or be that corporate guy in his office building, or be the guy who works on that farm. I'm talking about your father's business. Doing what's right for yourself and the community in any form and fashion. Doing what's good for the community and yourself. Being of good service regardless of your stature or your social, your finances, no matter what you are in life. Being good to the world, basically. And you're good inside you, no matter how it forms. So that's being about Father's business. Good to get into the world. That's Father's business, basically. But some people do have to hold up to their father's business too, so that can apply too. What was I? Uh, Problem solving. What are your mothers? Don't be mothers, good mothers out there. Ain't goddamn about big business. About the business. Problem solving exercises incorporate problem solving activities that require individuals to think carefully and critically and take responsibility for those decisions, whether in a classroom or community setting. Responsibility to society, community engagement, volunteer, volunteerism, volunteerism. So, seems like some study. I'm gonna have to look at that 1 second, but I just want to believe it says a note to come back to. Let's see. All right. Promote volunteer opportunities that allow individuals to contribute to their communities, encourage participation in local charities, events, and service projects to emphasize the impact of collective action. I was doing this, but putting God first led me to do this anyway. It's like a lot of these things that they're talking about. This is the system of government. So, governor, pay attention, because I'm trying to do my best as a citizen of the guy many hats. No matter which hat I'm wearing, my crown or baseball hat turned back. I am all about trying to cultivate these ideas into others. I've been on Facebook focusing on a lot of these ideas without it being laid out like a map. And this map right here definitely is important. Not really a map per se. The map is actually vital. But the Constitution, you think matters. And your conversations can be books, man. Everybody's. Period. Being about your father's business make you look like you're owning a CEO. You're a CEO of Fortune 500, and you're number one, and that goes for everybody. And imagine that. The universe is a big place, kings and queens and kings, governors, good citizens, my fellow leaders. What was I? Virtuous. What was I saying? Promoting and practicing charitable ideas and projects that emphasize the impact of collective action. Okay, promote volunteer opportunities that allow individuals to contribute to their communities, encourage participation in local charities, events, or service projects to emphasize the impact of collective action, civic responsibility, education, educate individuals about their rights and responsibilities as citizens, including understanding local governance, voting, and participating in community decision making. Mentorship and leadership. That's important too. Mentorship programs create mentorship opportunities. Create mentorship opportunities where experienced individuals guide younger community members, sharing knowledge about responsibility and leadership. If anybody's a nerd out there, it's basically saying, get you a Padawan. You don't just go get a Padawan. Actually be the Padawan and go search for someone who you could. I mean, it's not finding a master. You understand? When you are about good service, and you truly, God will lead someone in your life where you can share your cup, basically, and you both can learn how to empty your cup and fill it back up, and and remember what's in the cup. Remember what's in the cup before, what was last in the cup before you poured it out. That's important, isn't it? I'm sorry about the big accent. I'm just trying to use English, and sometimes it comes out. Okay. All right. Let's see. Where was I? If anybody thought I looked acting like Michael Keaton in that moment, that's an energy, man. That's just an energy, that guy. All right. What was I? Not energy. I mean, when you're trying to explain things, you get at a certain level. I can control my emotions. I don't want to seem so stoic. Stoic. You heard Marcus or I don't know. Education individuals. Civic responsibility. Education. Educate individuals about their rights and responsibility as citizens, including understanding local governance. That government, voting and participating in community decision making. Now, we got a couple more days before we vote for a new president. Now, let's focus on this again. One more time. I'm going to post this today. Because I think it might be a good thing to do. This is what people should be doing. Are we not doing this? Let's focus on that so we won't dwell on our problems. We're solving our problems, not dwelling on them, That's called worrying when you dwell on them. So we're going to come up with problem solutions. Be problem solvers, man. Do you understand? Problem solvers, guys. Come on. Okay, I digress, but that's it. Here, what was I? Participating in community decision making. Civic responsibility. People tend to forget that. And they say, oh, you gotta have this, you gotta have that. For civic responsibility. It's called reading, that's all. And caring. Educating individuals about their rights. So you have to get educated to educate other people. All you can do is read something, right? Like what I'm doing right now. This is what I'm doing. You can do it simultaneously. Educate individuals about their rights and responsibility as citizens. Or when you learn it, write it down. You learn it really quick. Tell somebody, or not really, not like that. You could, sometimes you just gotta practice things up and be quiet for a while. I think that's what I did. But I was kind of seeding it out. It's called like a faucet. Every word is like a drip and a drop. The ever-living life waters. Now, you can have a drip, you can have a drop. You can have it stream, you can have it stop. You can have it fill up a bucket, put a fire out. You can have it fill up a bucket and make bean sprouts. You can have a glass. You can make it half empty. You can make it half full. But water is what you are made of. And your eternal life is too. Now, what's it say? And I mean that whole system that you gather. Words are part of the establishing eternal life. Period. World started with words, and it will continue with words. More good vibes. Virtuosity is more, the more it is more like heaven. So, in order to have a leadership, the Lord's have prayer, let the Lord praise. The kingdom on earth, God's kingdom, by the way, but heaven on earth, as it is in heaven. To have that is to have virtuous words constantly being spoken. So it becomes action. Thoughts become words, words become action, this, that, and the other. Just emphasizing that. I was trying to put that, seed out there. Just like the Ten Commandments should be a seed, seeded in your heart that grows like a tree. Wow, tree of life, man. Just, I don't say this. Back to the Christian Bible, important. Actually, first 5, if you ask some people, is the most. But until Revelations, honestly, until you get Revelations, even if it takes you to the end of the book where you have to say, hey, man, you have it. I digress. I'm sorry, I keep interjecting. But, yes, what can you do? let's see, without a good word. I was just talking about that. And that's where they all are a lot of times. Actually, a dictionary. Dictionary, dictionary. Find you a dictionary, copy it down verbatim, read that sucker like you read the Bible. Bam! And then find the Constitution, Bill of Rights. Can't go wrong. That keeps you royal. That Bible right there keeps you royal. The first five, especially, And then you go ahead. Get the Constitution now keeps with diplomacy. And then what else the other one I said? Dictionary. Very regal. Very regal. Okay. Civic responsibility and education. Educate individuals about their rights and responsibilities as citizens, including understanding local governance, voting, and participating in community decision making. That's important, man. I feel like I got asterisk right there or something, and it's just having to go over here and over there, over here, over there, bam, bam. This topic is taking me to branch nodes out there like a computer. I digress. That's the whole blockchain theory. Okay, I'm going to digress. I'm giving you a dot, dot, dot. Mentorship and leadership program. Create mentorship community where experienced individuals guide younger community members, sharing knowledge about responsibility and leadership. Leadership development. Implement leadership training programs that emphasize ethical decision making and community impact, encouraging what was it? Participation.